What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. Got a nice little video lineup today, man. So y'all be on prepared. A lot of boxing, a little bit of something different mixed in there as well. Don't forget the Bud Crawford prediction video coming up for Jeff Horn tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon, possibly the morning, depending on how I feel. So just be on the lookout. And for the people who who notifications not working, try to, click the bell icon, turn it off, and turn it back on, so we drop a video, go live. So. For those trouble, but there's some strong rumors coming out now, even after Billy Joe Saunders apparently quote unquote faked the injury, like Martin Murray said, that Billy Joe Saunders is being wooed by K2 to fight Gennady Golovkin. He being wooed by Canelo Alvarez and Golden Boy to fight him next, and even after Eric Gomez said that they didn't want to fight Billy Joe Saunders because he was a runner last year, sound like they want to go after that WBO belt in Canelo Alvarez and Golden Boy Promotions. So it basically would come down who offers the most money, and it's probably going to be Canelo Alvarez. But if Triple G is somehow able to have the IBF, sanction the violence martial fight and keep the IBF title and keep the WBC title as well, and keep the WBA title, which won't be an issue because the WBA Super WBA title doesn't have a mandatory. If he's able to maintain all three of those titles, it's probably going to be Billy Joe Saunders versus Gennady Golovkin, unless Golden Boy offers a lot of money, because if he's able to keep those three belts in Gennady Golovkin, that's going to be a huge unification bout for Billy Joe Saunders. That's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime, situation to become undisputed and to make history for the UK and to make history for itself and kind of punch his ticket into the Hall of Fame. And if he really believes he can beat Gennady Golovkin, that's the route he's going to take. But if you're talking about money, talking about notoriety, talking about fighting in America, fighting in Vegas, and fighting for more money, he's probably going to take Canelo Alvarez. And there's a good chance that Canelo going to get stripped. Golovkin going to get stripped of the IBF and maybe the WBC next if he don't fight Jamal Charlo and Sergey Shevchenko. He's going to get stripped of both of those titles. So for Billy Joe Saunders at that point, then he comes down to money. It comes down to notoriety. It comes down to fighting in Vegas. It comes down to fighting, Canelo Alvarez. It comes to getting that popularity in America. He's going to fight Canelo. If it's undisputed and the money is okay, it's pretty good for him, it'll be Gennady Golovkin. But like we know, Gennady Golovkin ain't giving no freebies out. He wants 60-70% of the lion's share versus anybody not named Canelo. He prices himself out religiously. So, Golden Boy will give Billy Joe Saunders a nice payday. They already gave him a nice payday versus Dave Lemieux to come to Canada, and he believes he can beat the shit out of Canelo. He believes he can beat the dog walking shit out of him, beat the piss out of him. And a fight in Vegas is bigger than a fight in Kazakhstan for one belt. Now, if it's undisputed, yeah, he go to Kazakhstan or wherever they want him to fight for the undisputed belt. So, Martin Murray already feel that he faked the injury, but at the end of the day, man, nobody really care about the Martin Murray fight. So nobody gonna have no sympathy on him fighting Martin Murray. People want to see Billy Joe Saunders fight Golovkin or Canelo Alvarez. So that's what we want to see. That's what people want to see. And if, Martin Murray, he want to cry about it and bitch about it, he can go ahead and cry and bitch about it. Frank Warren give him the middle finger, give him a couple of dollars and keep it moving. So, rumors are coming in that, Billy Joe Saunders is right in between the Golovkin and a Canelo sandwich, and it'll be his pick. He can use them for leverage for more money, but I'll tell you this, K2 money ain't long enough to compete with Golden Boy Oscar De La Hoya, especially with Canelo, being the head honcho here and being able to have the most money, and fighting in Vegas and fighting in front of probably a sold out crowd and fighting for good money, whereas Canelo Alvarez probably trumps fighting Golovkin for not undisputed, So we'll see. So Frank Warren, he cooking with somebody, maybe K2, or he cooking up with Gennady Golovkin. Where Abel Sanchez said today that he prices himself out, and they don't want the fight. They had a deal in place last June for the fight, and the numbers was good. Billy Joe Saunders was happy with it. Oscar told them not to take the fight or they won't get Canelo. They listened to Oscar. They wasted the opportunity there. And now they saying that Billy Joe Saunders is pricing himself out, which Billy Joe Saunders said, I took the same deal I got last year. But Team Triple G, K2, Abel Sanchez, they not too keen on taking that deal. They probably want to get more than line share to Triple G, and that's why Triple G is going to end up fighting, somebody that we don't really care about at the point. You know what I'm saying? And people still at that point won't call him out on his bullshit. Still people that's going to love his funky draws and say, oh, Triple G is fighting Delontes Fox. Oh, that's okay, man. That's okay. Triple G could have saved himself a lot of motherfucking problems, man. He could have just fought Sergey Shevchenko May 5th, Since like Abel Sanchez said earlier, they're easy opponents. Everybody easy. He fought him May 5th, came back, fought Canelo Alvarez, got accepted to fight Jamal Charlo, then dealt with that shit later. It don't seem like the WBC care about a unification bout at this point. They want Jamal Charlo to get his shot, or they want Golovkin to get that belt up. And what they really want, and why they really mad at Golovkin, is they want him to fight Canelo Alvarez. But it don't seem like, they budging on these negotiations. It's still more likely that Golovkin wants 50-50. And it ain't going to happen. They can negotiate until they blue in the face. They're not going to get 50-50 versus Canelo Alvarez. It's just not going to happen. So thus far, both of these, teams are looking at Billy Joe Saunders as the next opponent. They won't be looking at Danny Jacobs. They won't be looking at Jamal Charlo. They don't look at nobody that's tough. Anybody that's tough, they're not looking at. But obviously, Billy Joe Saunders has a belt. Canelo needs a strap, and that's probably what it's gonna be. Negotiations ain't going good. And Gennady Golovkin either gonna fight Sergey Shevchenko, and lose the WBC belt, or fight Jamal Charlo and lose the IBF belt, or just get rid of both belts and just bum bash for the rest of his career and just pray that Canelo gives him opportunity next May. So Billy Joe Saunders is the most wanted man in the middleweight division right now by two of the most prominent middleweights in their teams, and we'll see which way it spin out. In my personal opinion, I just like to see Billy Joe Saunders, fight Golovkin for undisputed, but I wouldn't mind seeing him and Canelo Alvarez, have a box off as well too. So that'll be a good fight. I think Golovkin and Billy Joe Saunders are stylistically the better fight, in my opinion. I think Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo has the recipe to be a nasty, dirty, ugly type of fight, in my opinion. But, hey, it's my opinion. Let me know which one you'd rather see. Billy Joe versus Triple G, or Billy Joe versus Canelo Alvarez. Just want to hear your guys' opinion. It's TBC and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Don't forget to check the links in the description for our social media pages as well. We gone.